little boy in a baseball hat stands in the field with his ball and bat. Says, I am the greatest player of them all. Puts his bat on his shoulder and he tosses up his ball. And the ball goes up and the ball comes down, swings his bat all the way around. The world's so still you can hear the sound. The baseball falls to the ground. Now the little boy doesn't say a word, picks up his ball, he is undeterred. Says, I am the greatest there has ever been. And he grits his teeth and he tries it again. And the ball goes up and the ball comes down, swings his bat all the way around. The world's so still you can hear the sound. The baseball falls to the ground. He makes no excuses, he shows no fear. He just closes his eyes and listens to the cheers. Little boy, he adjusts his hat, picks up his ball, stares at his bat. Says, I am the greatest, the game is on the line. And he gives his all one last time. And the ball goes up like the moon so bright, swings his bat with all his might. And the world's as still can be. And the baseball falls, and that's strike three. Now it's supper time and his mama calls. Little boy starts home with his bat and ball. Says, I am the greatest, that is a fact. But even I didn't know I could pitch like that. Says, I am the greatest, that is understood. But even I didn't know I could pitch that good. Little boy in a baseball hat stands in the field with his ball and bat. Says, I am the greatest player of them all. Puts his bat on his shoulder and he tosses up his ball. And the ball goes up and the ball comes down, swings his bat all the way around. The world's so still you can hear the sound. The baseball falls to the ground. Now the little boy doesn't.
Okay, my name's Gary Spielman. A lot of people in the community know me by the name of Spook or Coach Spielman, whatever you prefer.
Baseball.
Started playing Little League Baseball in 1975. Played for 9 years up through high school in '84. Have coached Little League and youth in the community since 1989 when I got out of the Marine Corps. Skipped a few years there for college, but was coaching while I was at college. And then coached high school, was the JV head coach for 6 years and the varsity head baseball coach for 2.
Hey guys, my name is Jody Pritchard, and I've been contacted by good old Hobart and asked a few questions about playing ball. Well, let me tell you, softball, baseball, that's where it's at. I'm currently 44 years old, and I've been playing softball since I have been 8 years old, so 30 plus years. And I wouldn't trade it for the world. I spend a lot of my time on the field still to this day. I play in a co-ed league down here all year round. And when I mean down here, it's in the great state of Sunshine, Florida. And then in addition, not only do I play in a co-ed league up here, up just an hour north is an amazing area called the Villages. And they have a women's softball team that I used to play on when I lived there 2 years ago. And just to let you know, never stop playing. They have a 55 and over, a 65 and over, and a 75 and over tournament teams that they go and travel all around the United States and win. So one of the reasons for moving south is just due to the fact that I can maintain and continue to play softball because I love it.
Hello, my name's Jerry Potter. I'm a lifelong resident of Morgan County and have been involved in Little League for many, many years. I started playing organized baseball in Little League at age 8 and continued playing Little League and up through senior division, and baseball became very important in my life as I went on to play high school baseball and then on to Shepherd College to play for Shepherd. And after that, I played organized slow pitch softball for many, many years, up until I was probably about 40 years old.
My name is Kenny Mason. I was born and raised in Morgan County, Berkeley Springs, West Virginia. I love the game of baseball. I started at a very young age as far as playing the game. Then I went into coaching. Had the opportunity to coach Morgan County Little League, clear up to the big league team, and then I was blessed to be able to go to the Berkeley Springs High School baseball team, and I coached there.
Hello, my name's Alan Keenan, and I spent a major portion of my life involved in the Little League program here in Morgan County. I was an umpire for 21 years until I had my health went south on me and I had to bow out. And then my wife and I ran the concession stand. Started at Harmison Field up there behind the old grade school, and carried it out here to this, followed what Lottie Compton was doing in that concession stand. And somewhere over 10 years we did it until she came down with cancer and eventually died. So all told, I've probably spent somewhere over 30 years involved in Morgan County Little League.
Hey guys, Sean Forney here. I've pretty much played baseball my entire life. So it started out for me whenever I was about 6 years old here in Morgan County with the Little League. I played for Clark's was the name of my team back then. And I played all the way up into college baseball, and I played semi-professional baseball in a wooden bat league.
What would you say your favorite part of baseball is?
For me, it has to be my teammates and everybody coming together, trying to get the victory and working hard, practicing hard, and always remembering that it's just a game and we're also here to have fun.
The camaraderie, being around people, coaches, parents, teammates, others that love the game as much as I love the game.
Baseball.
What I love most about baseball is back again to what I mentioned earlier, was that it develops the team concept.
Working as a team, and everybody has to be prepared. It's not an individual sport. Anybody who goes out there and thinks it's an individual sport will be greatly humbled, because you can't achieve things in baseball as an individual. You have to have a team. If you want to win, everybody has to buy into that team concept. And as an individual, you have to improve yourself every day and try to get better and help everybody else around you to get better.
baseball?
So my favorite baseball memory has to be whenever I was playing high school ball at Berkeley Springs High School, and we were beating Jefferson. Back then, there was only one Jefferson High School AAA. Best team in the state, had won many back-to-back state championships. And we were playing them here at home, and we were beating them going into the 7th inning of that game. And their high school coach took all of the bats and threw them into the run because they were getting beat by Little Berkeley Springs. We did wind up losing that game, but that season we did later go on to beat Martinsburg, which was one of the biggest upsets in West Virginia high school baseball that year.
Your coaches for that experience?
So I had Mr. Gaither, Mr. Jerry Potter, Ron Clatterbuck, who was probably one of the best coaches ever, and then also I had Kenny Mason.
Memory.
Well, I have a favorite baseball memory and a favorite softball memory. The favorite baseball memory was when I was playing high school baseball and was in my junior year, and we set the school record for the number of wins with only 2 seniors on the team under Coach Ron Clatterbuck. My favorite softball memory was playing with Leon Close softball team. We were a ragtag bunch of players that went down to Martinsburg to play in the Eastern Panhandle Softball League and won that championship for 4 years in a row.
So my favorite, 100%, the absolute favorite softball memory that I have is playing out in Berkeley Springs and playing at the ball fields all the way on 522. And I was, we were playing in a tournament, and I hit a home run, and it was my first home run ever over the fence, and it was one of the greatest days. I got the game ball, everybody signed it. So my absolute best memory in softball in 30 plus years is the first smack clear over the fence and getting that game ball from all my teammates.
Harmison Field, up behind the old grade school. I was umpiring a game up there on the bases. I was working with Henry Childers. A lot of people remember Henry and his umpiring days with the Little League. But I had a real close call at first base. The throw pulled the first baseman off of the bag, and the runner, in running to first base, ran over the bag, did not step on the bag. I couldn't make a call because no one had committed to they're both standing there looking at me, what's the call? Am I safe? And I couldn't tell them why I'm not making a call, and the first base coach was getting curious too. Finally, the runner just strolled back and stepped on the base, and I said, "You're safe." So that stayed with me all those years.
Baseball's probably winning the 1984 state championship game at Charleston, Watt Powell Park. We were the first team ever to win a team championship in school history, and we were also the first team and still the only team to win a state championship in Berkeley Springs history. And I'm sorry, it was 1983. That on the player's side, and on the coaching side was probably winning a state championship as a coach and finishing 2 years as state runner-up and finishing in the top 5 for about 6 or 7 years.
So my advice for the players would be, if you absolutely love the game of baseball, be the hardest worker out there, always, no matter what. Try hard, listen to your coaches, and practice hard, and do the same thing in the games. And then my advice for the parents would be, it's a tough job out there being a coach. Let the coaches coach.
The advice would be, as a player, to work hard, work harder than the other person or the other teams, buy into the team, be a leader on and off the field, and hard work and leadership. And that's as a player. And buying into the team is for players, coaches, and parents. You know, everybody always use the analogy that a team's like a car. You know, if you go out there and like we used to say, Big Sip, Brady Sipe was our engine, and he, you know, everybody would look at him like, oh, he's our best pitcher, he's the best player on the team, and I'd say, okay, well, Brady's the engine of the car. he's going to make it go. But if you think you're the worst player on the team and you're only the windshield wiper, well, if it's pouring down rain that day, you're not going to get anywhere because the windshield wiper's not working. If you're the door handle, you're not going to get in the car if all 4 door handles are broke. So everybody has to be a part of that team, just like a vehicle. In order for it to work, everybody has to buy in. The parents have to buy in. The team has to buy in.
My advice to future players and current players is always be a good sport, whether winning or losing. Always be a good sport. Always have respect for your coaches, for the umpires, for the volunteers that work day in and day out. And practice. I've always believed that perfect practice makes perfect play.
So the best advice that I can give any player, any parent, any coach, anyone is never stop playing. Because the minute that you stop playing is when you get old. And it's true. Like I said, up north, 55-year-old and older, these are all women. 65-year-old and older and 75-year-old women are still playing ball. And guys, there's co-ed teams. They're all guys teams. But I will tell you, never stop playing. The reason why, I watched a 92-year-old woman smash a ball into center field yesterday. And it just made me smile. So whatever you do, don't ever lose the love for the game. You're going to get older, but you won't. You're going to feel the hurt, but you won't. Don't ever stop playing. You're gonna have days it's going to be hard to get out of bed. Your bones are going to ache a little bit more. It's going to be harder to stay in shape, but don't stop. Don't let it go, no matter what it takes. Keep playing for as long as your body will let you.
Young boys that wants to play the game of baseball, baseball is a game that you can practice every day. You got rocks laying around the house, throw the rocks into the woods. You got a stick, a bat, an old bat, pick up the rocks, hit it with the bat and everything. It's practice. You gotta practice baseball every day.
The advice I would give to the kids at this point was to learn to appreciate what they have going on in their lives right now.
And my advice to parents is leave the coaching up to the coaches. Try to keep a cool head. Realize the kids are there to have fun. Always respect the coaches and the umpires, and always be a good sport regardless of how the games may come out. And my advice to coaches is treat every kid with respect. They're there to learn the game, stress the fundamentals of the game, the proper mechanics, play their position playing, teach them the mechanics of their position playing, their hitting, their running. It's all part of the game, and stress to the kids to know that what they're going to do with the ball when the ball comes to them. They should always know that.
Okay, besides, as you can see, I'm in a sling. Besides bad shoulders, bad wrists, bad back, strawberries, headaches, it gave me a lot of great memories. It also, friendships, it taught me teamwork and how hard you have to work to achieve a goal. So just, and volunteering and seeing the kids accomplish something and a goal, their overall enjoyment of the game and improving a kid, seeing a kid go from not being able to hit a ball, throwing a ball, to being a very good player, so just a lot of great memories.
Do for you.
So the game of baseball did so many amazing things for me throughout my life. I think the most important thing that is near and dear to my heart is it taught me discipline. It taught me to take advice. It taught me to be coachable. And then on top of that, one of the other benefits of playing baseball for me was I created friendships with people all over the country throughout throughout my life. After we grew up and we moved all over the place, I have friends all over the place that just came from the game of baseball.
New for you.
The game did a lot. It number one taught me to love the game of baseball. Baseball was a great game. It reinforced a lifelong attitude of teamwork that's important, and helped me realize the improvement or the importance that hard work and sacrifice will make you a much better player. Learning the details of the game, there's so much in the game that's important. Every little thing that can make a difference in winning and losing, and those strategies and those techniques and mechanics and the mental awareness made me not only a better player but a better person later in life. And probably the most important thing that I was taught is it made me a better disciplined person. And I always remember a quote from the legendary Ron Clatterbuck, and he said, "Baseball will do more for you than you'll ever do for baseball."
So there's a question that asks about what did baseball, softball, playing sports in general do for me. And it taught me that there's more to life itself than just me. Being part of whether it's a baseball, softball, football, whatever, any type of team, being part of that, you're reliant on someone else for the same goal. A goal that you can't do alone, and a goal that you can only do together. So what that has taught me is how to be a team, how to build camaraderie, and how to make some of the best friends when sports is what we definitely share in common. It's helped me grow as a player itself. It's helped me grow as a player itself, and is still continuing to help me grow. I enjoy every time spent on the field with each and every single one of the men and women that I play with. It is a feeling that I can't explain. No matter your level of play, no matter where you come from or what you do, that team atmosphere is something that no one can take away from you and your teammates.
First of all, the game's given me discipline, motivation. You got to work hard if you want to succeed. Anybody can go out and play the game, but there's a right way, a wrong way, and your way. If a young kid ever wants to get out of this town of Berkeley Springs to go on to college ball, you must learn to play the game the correct way.
It's bad shoulders, bad wrist, bad back, strawberries, headaches. It gave me a lot of great memories. It also friendships. It taught me teamwork and how hard you have to work to achieve a goal. So just and volunteering and you know seeing the kids accomplish something and a goal, you know, their overall enjoyment of the game and improving a kid, seeing a kid go from not being able to hit a ball, throwing a ball, to being a very good player, you know, so just a lot of great memories.
Well, what it did for me was to build a rapport with the children that I worked with in the Little League. It just, as a teacher to them, and it was part of my theory, even today as I work with Berkeley Springs High School. When you become part of the kids' lives, when you get interested in what they're doing with their lives, then they are more apt and more likely to become part of what you as a teacher was doing in a classroom. The respect that they gave you on the field carried right back over into the classroom. And even today, kids, not kids anymore, young men, older men, middle-aged men will speak to me in grocery stores and pharmacies and places like that acknowledging how you doing, Mr. Keenan, you know. And years later, I'm still getting thanks for the time I spent in Little League.
So in closing, there's a question that asks, what do I love most about baseball, about softball? And I will tell you, it's kind of everything we just talked about. It's keeping your mind sharp and learning, again, how to function as a team and relying on that other person to grab that ball, to make that play. It's creating those bonds and friendships that never go away. It's things like being asked to do this interview, living hundreds of miles away, but still being bonded to an amazing place called Berkeley Springs, West Virginia, where I got my start playing ball. And that is some of the things that just because I decided to say yes, and my parents took me and they signed me up when I was 7 or 8 years old, that has carried on to something even bigger. So playing ball has just been about everything, not just about picking up a ball. It really develops you and grows you as an individual.
My favorite thing about baseball is, as a coach, helping young kids to learn the game, to play the game the correct way, but have motivation. I just love being around young kids when they really get into it. You know, you see a smile on their face when they get a hit, when they score. It's what it's all about, having fun, but enjoy the game.
America is baseball. I love it still to this day, although I don't get to watch a lot of it on TV anymore.